What if the greatest hero on Earth was never a hero at all? Think about it for a second. Omni-Man wasn't hiding in the shadows. He wasn't working in secret like most villains do. He stood in the light. He saved cities. He smiled for cameras. He waved at people who truly believed he was protecting them. And that's exactly what makes him terrifying. Because Omni-Man didn't fail as a hero. He succeeded at pretending to be one. And when the truth finally came out, it wasn't subtle. It wasn't quiet. It was violent. It was overwhelming. So today, let me ask you something. And don't answer too quickly. Is Omni-Man a villain? Or is he something far more uncomfortable than that? Before we judge him, we need to understand him. Omni-Man, also known as Nolan Grayson, is a Viltrumite, a species bred for conquest. They don't explore the universe, they don't negotiate, they don't coexist. They dominate. Nolan was sent to Earth with a mission, not to protect it, not to guide humanity, but to weaken it, slowly, from the inside. On Earth, he builds a life, a house, a career, a family, and for years he plays the role perfectly. To humanity, Omni-Man is hope. He is safety. He is the strongest shield the planet has ever known. But to Viltrum, Earth is just another planet waiting to fall. And the scariest part? Nolan never lies to himself about that. Let's be honest. If any other character did what Omni-Man did, we wouldn't hesitate to call them a villain. He murders the Guardians of the Globe, slowly, violently, up close, not by accident, not out of fear, but because they were in the way. He lies to his wife, he lies to his son, he lies to the entire planet, and when he's finally exposed, he doesn't try to reduce the damage. He escalates it. He destroys cities. He kills civilians not because he has to, but to make a point, to prove how fragile humanity really is. So yes, from a human point of view, Omni-Man is a villain, but Omni-Man doesn't live by human morality. To him, morality is a luxury of the weak. Viltrumites believe in strength above all else. If you're strong, you deserve to. If you're weak, you exist to be ruled. From that perspective, Omni-Man isn't cruel. He's efficient, and that's what makes him so disturbing. Because unlike most villains, Omni-Man doesn't act out of anger. He doesn't want revenge. He doesn't crave chaos. He believes he's doing his job. This leads to one of the coldest truths in Invincible. Omni-Man doesn't hate humans. He doesn't feel rage toward them. He doesn't feel jealousy. He doesn't feel fear. He feels indifference. And indifference is far worse than hatred, because you don't argue with something you see as temporary. You don't empathize with it, you simply wait for it to disappear. Now think about this. Most villains see humanity as enemies. Omni-Man sees humanity the way we see insect. Not evil, not personal, just irrelevant. And that should make you uncomfortable, because from his perspective, everything he does makes sense. Now ask yourself something honestly. If you were immortal, if you knew everyone you loved would age, weaken, and die while you stayed the same, at what point would human lives start to feel temporary to you? At what point would attachment become a weakness? This is the moral trap Omni-Man is stuck in. Everything changes when Mark gets his powers, because suddenly Nolan isn't alone anymore. Mark isn't just his son. He's proof that Earth mattered enough to change him. Their conflict isn't really about conquest. It's about identity. Mark believes that being strong means protecting people. Nolan believes that being strong means ruling them. When they fight, it isn't just physical, it's ideological. Then comes the line that defines Omni-Man forever. What will you have after 500 years? On the surface, it sounds cruel, almost mocking, but listen closely. It doesn't sound like confidence. It sounds like a man trying to silence doubt. Because if Mark is right, then Nolan has wasted decades pretending nothing mattered. And when he finally leaves Earth, he doesn't look victorious. He doesn't look proud. He looks broken. He runs. So, villain or anti-hero? Here's my plain opinion. Omni-Man is not a hero, and he's not redeemed by good intentions, but he's also not evil in the simple way most villains are. He is a soldier who followed orders for so long, he forgot how to question them. What makes Omni-Man fascinating isn't what he's done, it's the fact that he can change. And the moment he truly accepts that,
I think I miss my wife.
this was my plain opinion. Now I want to hear yours. Villain or anti-hero?